morning.
Good morning, Melissa. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm well. Things are going well. I can't believe we're in February already, but it's that the school year's just flying by.
I know.
Yep.
I can't believe it either, and it just means that it's less time you're going to be with me.
Well, we do have a few months left.
I know,
Yep.
but every time it's like, it just means you're leaving sooner.
Closer to retirement.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, certainly looking forward to that, but just lots of good things happening that our community should be proud of what's happening in our public schools. So yeah,
Absolutely.
so just here to celebrate some of those successes and talk about some of the great things coming up and going on in Marinette. But yeah, it's always good to be back. So thanks for having me.
Always, absolutely. I love to hear what's going on in Marinette School District.
Sure. This week, actually, one of the things I'll jump in. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I usually let you lead off with a question.
No,
but,
you go for it, buddy.
No, and I've got this little cold that everybody's fighting, so trying to get through that. Wisconsin has a school bus driver appreciation week. It's always the second week in February, and we would certainly like to give a shout out to Go Right Way, our transportation company that provides us just unbelievable support for our students, transportation, very flexible with the needs that we have. Oftentimes people don't realize or don't remember that sometimes the first person and the last person that a student sees is that bus driver. So we work on building relationships in the classroom. They work on building relationships on the buses. So shout out to Go Right Way for Wisconsin Bus Driver Appreciation Week. Last week was National School Counselors Week. So all of our schools, we have counselors in every one of our buildings, and we just appreciate the care that those individuals provide, whether it's small group, individual, or large group. They organize a lot of events throughout the year, excuse me, just always constantly being that source of support that students might need, or families, that they build that bridge and make that connection and have access to a number of community resources.
Definitely.
Those weeks that come up, it's National Counselor Week and National Bus Driver Week, so it's just good that we get a chance to recognize those people that work so hard for us.
The Bus Driver Week tugged at my heartstrings there for a moment.
Sure.
Because my bus driver growing up, there was 8 of us that grew up in our home,
Okay.
and she had said, our bus driver Arlene saw all 8 of us go through school and graduate. And she said I was the youngest of 8, and she had said that she would not retire until I graduated.
Oh man, that's
so
awesome!
How cool was that?
Very cool.
And she did. It was very, very neat. So yeah.
My daughters are now 27 and 25, and Dan Anderson was their bus driver when they were unable to drive, and then once they got into high school and were able to drive, they were able to get themselves to school. Dan is still with Go Right Way, doing great things for kids and for the community. So yeah, it's funny how you make that connection, and you'll never forget your bus driver.
Never, ever. And great stuff. Yeah. And then what else do you have going on?
So our primary school enrollment is open for 4K. Yes, so if there are families out there that want their students enrolled in our 4K program, they have to be 4 years old by September 1st. We've got a preview night coming up in March. I will actually have an opportunity to come on the radio show again in March before that preview night, excuse me, just to give some of the families information on it. If you have questions or looking to register your 4-year-old, certainly reach out to Marinette Primary School. They'll be able to help you over there. Preview night, pretty self-explanatory. It gives families a chance to take a look at what the classroom looks like, meet the teachers, do some activities. I think the bus company is even there to start figuring out if they need buses for next year, or at least to tell them that transportation is a possibility. So that time of year where we're starting to get ready for next school year already.
Golly.
Yes.
And you had an MMS Family and Community Engagement Night on January 27th. How did that go?
Extremely well. Yes. Our middle school and high school both put on family engagement nights the same week. They thought that was a way to get families out a couple nights in a row. Yeah. Of course, Wisconsin weather doesn't always cooperate. They were both pretty cold nights. The middle school had over 250 families attend, or 250 individuals attend. Wow. The high school had over 700. I think their final count was 770. So thank you to the community. Thank you to our staff and our administration and all the folks that put together the organization of those events. Thank you to our booster club. They were a part of it. They sponsored the meal at the high school. The middle school had a meal. just a great opportunity for families to get out. I know the high school had bouncy houses and a variety of things. So yeah, back-to-back nights for our community just to see what our school district has to offer, especially at that secondary level. I know our elementaries do a variety of engagement nights throughout the year. In fact, they've got some of those coming up. I think they've got a cabin fever coming up at the rec center here in a couple of weeks. So yeah, just keep an eye on our website, or if you have questions about upcoming events for our families to see more about our schools. We love building that relationship and that connection. So
definitely.
Yeah, those are some biggies that we had going on.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, fun.
And now we're into that time of season too, where we're starting to work through winter sports, but also some of our clubs and extracurriculars. So I want to make sure I get this correct. Our high school had 16 medalists, and we qualified 7 students for state for FBLA. So now they'll go to the state competition in Green Bay with a chance to go to nationals, which is in San Antonio, Texas this year.
Wow!
So that's a big deal at our high school with our Future Business Leaders of America. Michael Gunderson is our advisor, and that group just continues to grow every year and continues to do great things.
That is awesome.
Girls and boys basketball still cooking right now, so they're working on getting ready for regionals, which is upcoming. Our high Q team has a match today at Menominee High School. That's this afternoon at 1:30, so we wish them the best of luck. Wrestling has regionals this weekend, so our girls wrestling is Friday night and our boys is Saturday. Those are their regional competitions. Obviously from there you go on to sectionals and hopefully state. Other biggies, found out last night our boys and girls bowling teams will both be going to state this year.
Wonderful.
So very proud of them. Yeah, Nick Day sent us an email to keep us aware of who's going where and when. Excuse me. Darn frog in my throat.
I know, right?
And Max Finger, who's our advisor for forensics, reported that our forensics team placed 3rd last night in the conference championship. This was great news, and I didn't realize this. We're going to have 27 entries and 43 students in the competition next week. Those are both the largest we've had in our school's history with forensics. So for people that don't know a lot about forensics, there is a variety of ways that kids just build and establish communication skills, relationship building skills. There's plays, there's dramas, there's comedies, there's debates, presentations. So it's just a great lifelong skill, but to see so many of our kids interested in that too as it continues to grow. So yeah, lots of great things happening this time of year with our extracurriculars and co-curriculars. Come on out and check out some of the things. If you're able, get over to the high Q match at 1:30 today over in Menominee. And then finally, yes, well, and when we hosted ours a couple of weeks ago, other teachers bring their classes down to observe and watch. So you go to a high Q match and you've got the band kicking it off and kids cheering. So yeah, it's a very, very cool event.
Oh, very cool.
And then finally off the air, we were talking, we're both going to be attending the World Fest. Yes.
Can't wait.
So that we're glad that that's back. Many local sponsors make that possible to offer that multicultural experience for our students that they may not get. So all of our elementary students attend, all of our middle school students attend, and then in the afternoon they wrap up at the high school with our band and choir students, able to get more of a personal performance, if you will. That's coming up end of February 25th. They'll be in town. So yeah, just some great things happen. It's a busy month, but it's such a fun month as the snow starts to melt and we get a little cabin fever and we realize we've just got some great things happening for our kids. So I thank the community for all the support they've shown throughout the school year and looking forward to a great spring.
Awesome.
Yes.
Great things happening in the Marinette School District.
There are. There really are.
Really, really great things, and especially with sports and just everything you guys got going on. I mean, the littles, the middle school, the high school, sports, and then the other clubs, and then to take it all off, I mean, at the end of the month, World Fest, I mean, that right there is amazing.
That is an opportunity that obviously our kids wouldn't get if it wasn't for local sponsors bringing in world-renowned musicians from across the world. So I mean, they're getting a chance to see concerts that people would be going to see, say, at the Widener Center or the Performing Arts Center down in Appleton, or Theater on the Bay. You know, just to have that in our backyard is something that I think I shouldn't say I think our kids greatly appreciate, and it gives them that opportunity to just grow and develop as they grow up.
Definitely. And the gentleman that is performing, he's performed at the Kennedy Center.
Yes.
He's performed at all very big place. I can't remember the other place.
Well, and he's also, didn't he perform with Jackson Brown?
Yes,
Is that what I
Jackson
read?
Brown
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
I think Bob Seger as well.
Oh, really?
Is one of the other ones, I think. I know
Okay.
Jackson Brown for sure.
Yeah.
But, and he is a part of the Menominee Nation
Yes.
as well,
Yes.
which is right in our backyard.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
cool.
Yes, well, I'm looking forward to hanging out with you that night when we're there on the
Definitely.
24th, and then they're performing at our school on the 25th.
Yes, and that Saturday at the Bayshore Arts Center.
That's right, yes.
So, for free.
Yes.
Great.
Why wouldn't you go?
Why wouldn't you? Right?
Right.
All right,
Well,
Corey.
thank you, Melissa.
Thank you so
Always
much.
a pleasure.
Always. And everybody else, hang tight. We got one more